Hello English learners, welcome back to another video. I'm currently sitting in the park here. I've got a beautiful view of the Shard, which I'll show you now. It's really amazing here. The weather's not so good today, it's a little bit overcast. I think the heavens are about to open. That means it's going to rain a lot. But today I thought I'd show you a Christmas market in London. I went there the other day, it's really beautiful. I think this is the best one I've seen in London, which is still not that amazing to be honest, but hopefully this video will give you a little bit of an insight into what London is like on a rainy Saturday near Christmas, and also give you some good English listening practice as well. So I hope you enjoy this video. I did think maybe I shouldn't record today because we are forecast a lot of rain, but then maybe that'll be quite atmospheric and nice. You know, you can enjoy the rain and the scenery from the comfort of your home or wherever you are. So I'm going to walk to the Thames now, go to this market by the river and show you stuff along the way. So let's get going. So in London, it's quite common every year. In fact, I think it happens every year. It's not just quite common, but we have a lot of these pop-up markets around the city. And this happens in pretty much every city around the UK as well. It's just that London is so big, we have many different markets. And they come up just for a month or so at Christmas time. And we'll have a look at what they're selling today. We're going to see some food and some trinkets and these kind of things. But yeah, this one is a beautiful one, I think, because as you can see now, we've got the beautiful Tower Bridge in the background. And you can walk along the bank of the River Thames and look at the market, enjoy the views. Even on a rainy day, it's a beautiful thing to see. So I'm walking there now and I'll show you what we find. But yeah, it really is a beautiful time of year in London. If any of you are thinking of coming to London, I think this is a great time to come in the kind of run up to Christmas, in the festive season, if you like, because there's so much to see. And even though it's quite dark and a little bit cold, everyone's in a pretty good mood because of this festive season. So over here, we've got Tower Bridge. On the other side of the river, you can see the Tower of London over there. And in the foreground here, we've got the back of these stalls. These stalls are part of the Christmas market. And a stall is just kind of like a temporary shop. Something very simple. You'll see this in a minute. So I'm sitting now in front of this pinecone looking building, City Hall. And then over to the left over here, we've got the back of this Christmas market. It's not actually as wet as I thought it would be, knock on wood, but it's not too bad. And I think it looks quite nice on the video as well. You've got nice reflections on the floor. Yeah, I think the reason why this one is my favourite is because particularly at night, especially at night, it's really beautiful with the lights of the buildings around. You've got the lights of the Christmas market by the river. It's a really beautiful spot. So let's have a look at Tower Bridge here. See, the tide is out at the moment, so there's lots of birds on the muddy beach down below. So one thing that I'm really hoping to do soon, it's one of my bucket list items, is to visit the Sky Garden, which is, there's like in the top of this building here, it's called the Walkie Talkie building. There's like a huge kind of cafe and observation area on the top floor, and it's really beautiful. So maybe I can go there one day and make a video there as well. Okay, let's take a walk through the Christmas market now. So here we can see the front of some of these stalls here. A lot of them are selling like kind of souvenir-y things and clothing and magnets here, you can see like that. Lots of them are kind of Christmas themed and Christmas related too, so you've got some kind of decorations for your trees. To be honest, most of it is not so interesting for me. I'm only really interested in the food, so we're going to see some of that in a minute. I believe this tent here is kind of a marquee, a mini marquee, It's kind of like a covered up drinking area, so you can buy some alcohol, go in there for a drink. I didn't do that though, because I'm a good boy. Yes, it is a beautiful place to come to at night, like I said. The only reason I didn't film at night is really just because my camera doesn't work very well at night time, so I don't know how much it would pick up, unfortunately. But maybe when I get a better camera, I can do that in the future. But yeah, so here on the left you can see we've got veggie burgers, things like that, lots of kind of little meals you can have, waffles, waffle bars, churros. I don't really know why, but churros are a really popular meal, a really popular snack to have at Christmas time. I've never actually had one before. I guess it's just super unhealthy and sugary, but you see churros everywhere, and the smell of them is actually amazing. It smells incredible. But yeah, you see all these lights and the tinsel above these stalls, glistening and shimmering at night time, and that's really nice to see. I have to kind of lower the sound at this point so I don't get a copyright claim on the music here. So yeah, maybe you can imagine just how congested and how busy this area is going to get at night time. If it's a sunny or, clear skies and it's nighttime, angry dogs there. If it's nighttime, it's sunny, it's going to be so busy, and you're hardly going to be able to move. On a weekday, it's not too bad, but it really does get quite congested at nighttime. Okay, this is one of my favourites here. I'm saying that because this is the only place where I got food from. This one of Sri Lankan food here. It's really, really amazing food. They make it super quick, and you can watch them do it right in front of you. So, that one was really good. Lebanon food looks good there, Lebanese food. What you can see on the right over here, this is like the HMS Belfast, which is, it says here, London's warship experience. So you can actually go and have a look at this warship if you want to. So yeah, as you can see, it's not the biggest market, it's nothing too impressive, perhaps. But out of the 5 that I went to around London, this was my favourite, just because of the variety of stalls they had here. So here we've got bath bombs and kind of bathroom items, more Christmas trinkets and Christmas ornaments and decorations. But I really think these stores are quite indicative of what people like here in the UK, because a lot of the stores were quite empty. No one was really looking at them. But then there was one for alcohol, and people were buying beer and mulled wine, which is like a hot type of wine. And the queue for this one was so long. So I really think that people in the UK are just crazy about alcohol, and that's really all they were queuing for. Okay, so now we've entered Hayes Galleria. This is right by Tower Bridge, right by the river here, and this is kind of like it's not exactly inside, but it's got this cover over the top. So it's a nice place to come when it's raining, actually. You can get some food or a drink, and as you can see, at Christmas time, they also have the Christmas market here as well. And it's, I suppose because it was raining, it's very busy here. Everyone's taking pictures, but the decorations are beautiful. It's much nicer than other markets like Trafalgar Square, as you might see. It's like a kind of a bustling and busy atmosphere. And I have to say, this is probably the best Christmas tree that I've seen in London so far.
So here's another photo I had taken right by these telephone boxes here, which I'll put on the screen now. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot for a photo, but yeah, nice area.
And yeah, maybe this video also gives you kind of an idea of what it's like to have Christmas in London during the pandemic as well. So you might notice there isn't much in the way of social distancing, even though it is strongly recommended in the news and by the government, most people don't seem to do anything in London, you know. Of course, this can be argued. You can argue whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. But, I mean, let's face it, it's going to be quite difficult to do any social distancing when you're in a place like this anyway, right? It's very crowded. And as we're coming now to the end of the market, you know, closer to London Bridge, that side of the market now, we've got some more food here from different parts of the world. We don't really have any kind of super traditional Christmas food from England. So I don't know, we just have stalls from all over the world. And I guess it kind of represents London quite nicely, doesn't it? You know, in London they say it's a melting pot of cultures. It's very diverse. So you can see here all this different food, this Indian food and all this kind of stuff. And of course, the biggest queue, again, is at the bar. And there we have London Bridge in the background with a nice red bus going across it.
So yeah, that's basically it there. There's, you know, it's not the best thing in the world, but what I did last week is I did what I call a London Christmas market crawl. So I kind of made this name up, but usually we'd say like a pub crawl, which is essentially where you go in one night to many different pubs. I guess see how many you can go to. I've never done it before, but yes, last week I did my Christmas market crawl. I went to, I think, 5 Christmas markets in one day. Of all the ones I went to, this one I think was the best. This was my favorite. I guess it had the most variety of stalls and things like that. But yeah, there we go. I probably will have to do a bit of voiceover for some of this because it was way too busy, more than I expected for a rainy day. So I don't think you would have heard me talking anyway. So I'll do some voiceover, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see more videos like this, like walking around London, giving you listening practice or something like that, then let me know. Let me know what you think of this one. I'm always trying to do new things and give you some more variety. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, goodbye for now.